Welcome back to Odd Jobs. We're going to do another Ikea assembly. This one's on the lower cabinets. We're going to make it Ikea easy. Right. So, with lower base cabinets, you really have to pay attention to the book on these ones. I'm sorry. I know you're probably accustomed to seeing me just throw these books away. But in this case, it's not. Because there's certain configurations when you're making cabinets, and when I get into corner cabinets, we'll go over that. But today I'm going to show you just a straightforward build cabinet. Okay, I wish I had another table. I need a second table. Well, that's the thing. That's the first thing that I did was build the table, and I built the table with two upper cabinets because they're solid, they're not hollow on the top, and then a piece on top so that I can go ahead and do the rest. I need another table. Unlike the upper cabinets, lower cabinets have no top. They have, braces that go across it, but that's all. Down here, we have to decide what the top and the bottom is. Really doesn't matter. IKEA's made it so that it's all the same. But one thing this has that is different is three locking pins. This is going to determine what the bottom is because only the bottom gets locked together. Got it? The bottom. And then we're going to put our three locking pins on there. At first, I always thought, why do lowers only have a bottom and not a top? Just think, wouldn't that make it flimsy? And the answer is, it is flimsy until the countertop's put on. The countertop is the top. So here's the back. Again, we're going to hang this one on a rail. So we're going to be using the rear set of screws, right? See, if we were mounting it flush to the wall, we'd be doing this. And if you're mounting it flush to the wall, here's a good time to put this in. The lowers come with these black pieces. So when you're mounting it flush to the wall, this spacer goes in here. Which way? This way. And that makes everything flush so that when you put your screw and your washer on here, it doesn't bend anything. So that's what these black pieces are for. If you're hanging it on the rail, you don't need to use the black pieces. Got it? So we're hanging it on the rail in this instance. So I'm going to be putting it here. And while we're talking about the rail, I strongly recommend using the rail wherever you can. If it's at all possible to use a rail system, use it. Oh my God, how easy it is to keep your cabinets plumb and keep your cabinets square, keep them level. That's just a no-brainer. It's an absolute no-brainer. So we've got one side built, and I'm going to take this opportunity to build the other side because I might as well make it easy. So it's all together. So this one here is going to be exactly the opposite, right? So this is the top because I want it to line up with that. So remembering where my top is, it's right there. Put that piece on first. and the dowels. Okay? I know I was just putting in the dowels, but when you put in these dowels, you don't have to glue them. You can if you like. So if you're one of those people that thinks that every dowel has to be glued, go ahead and glue it. It can't hurt. The only downside of gluing is that if you realize that you made a mistake, undoing it's a dirty, messy job. But it's choose. No, the dowels are. The purpose of the dowels is to locate, to stop any shifting, because they're perfect. They fit perfectly. So there's no movement or anything. Okay, so let's put the bottom on. The bottom's gonna go right here. Okay, when you're looking at it this way. Right? So these locking pins, they'll line up with this hole here, and it goes down. I'm going to stress it again. Use the right screwdriver for these. These are really, really big Phillips. They're Phillips number 3s. Put them in there. The down cam, right? So this cam goes in and you turn it and it'll pull the two pieces together. You can do that in the 3 locations. That's it, it's tight. There we go. So now you've got the side and the bottom together. And we're going to slide on this. So now we're going to get the other piece here. This one here, and we're going to lay it on. Wow. And we're going to put this on the groove. The groove is going to line up at the same time as all the other holes. So under here, this piece here has got to fit into that groove. And that drops in. And then here the same. Right. And then we put the cam locks in too. So we're going to lock these in here. That's the back. That's the bottom. Metal supports, well, they're supports, they're braces, call them whatever you want. Okay. And they're going to go here, one in the front. So these rails, you can see right here. Yeah, okay, I'm looking at the book, okay. It tells you to use this screw, this counterset screw. I don't like using that counterset screw because the holes here aren't made for a countersink. They're made for a button head. But if you use a button head, it protrudes, and that'll interfere with the countertop. So we're going to do what they tell us. In truth, I think they just don't want to develop a new screw or a new system. So we're going to use these, the ones they tell us to use. Don't over torque it, you'll strip it for sure. This is just particle board. Okay, and then I go down here on the bottom, and not the bottom, then I go the other side, and I'll do this one way down here too. Now you've got these little white things. Yeah, so it took me a long time to learn this, but even when I was starting out years and years ago, a lot of years ago, I didn't know what these were. For the first time I built Ikea cabinets, I didn't use them because I didn't know what they were used for because, well, I guess I didn't read the manual. they're going to go on this rail on the back. And they're going to, when you're done, they're going to clip here. And they're going to stop this from wobbling back and forth. So put them in. Make sure that you leave this hole open, right? So you go from the inside and you just clip it in. You're going to hear a click. So put this long curved part, put it in first, right? And clip it in. So now when you put it on, it's going to slide over this and it's going to clip over top of that. Right? That makes sense? It's a smart thing. It's a good design. The more I work with Ikea, the more intelligent I see it. It is. It's very good. So got that. Now I can put a hole there. I can put a screw here. And I can put a screw down there. That's not bad. You have an Ikea cabinet that's being used for a sink or for a cooktop. They put reinforcements there in your order. They just put it in there. It doesn't come with the cabinet, it's an extra. So make sure if you order a sink to get these. And it'll go right here where the flat stock usually goes. And inside here, like there's a little bit of a knockouts and a few things like that. And it's going to go right here and it's going to clip in right there. And Ikea is going to give you longer screws. And they're a full thread. But that's for the sink. And that's going to be a lot stronger, going to be able to hold the weight of the countertop and all that good stuff. These brackets, hold on to them because you're going to put them here for a faceplate that goes in front of the sink. Give you a little feed here. I know we use them for the uppers, and if you watch the upper one, I gave a very good explanation of why you use them, so you can go check that out. But we need them on the bottom as well, because we're using a rail system. If you weren't using the rail system, of course you wouldn't use these. Got it. And we're going to nail through to the back. Very important on the lowers that we do this. And that'll do it. All the lower cabinets are all the same with the exception of corner cabinets. And we'll get into that in another video. With the exception of corner cabinets. And we'll get into that in another video. Thanks for watching Odd Jobs.